sitting on the edge of the boat in rod holders. I mean, if it knocks one of those out and gets twisted and cooks somebody, I mean, there's just a lot of things that can happen that can go really bad fast. So we're blessed not only that nobody got hurt, but we were able to land the fish eventually after 2 hours and 45 minutes and get it in a boat and make a special memory.
Now, how does that work? If somebody can help you reel it at times? No, not at all.
You can't touch it.
Nobody
can even touch the rod.
Really?
When the angler, from the time the hook is set, the angler, it's you and the fish, and it's just about you bearing down and deciding if you want to go. Now, and a lot of times, I'll be honest about it. There have been some bigger fish caught that haven't been recorded because they fizzle out. But that's part of why it's a record. Can you endure a fight like that? And the way she was hooked helped her cut down on her fight time, because a fish that size, Andy, it's not uncommon to fight 6 hours, that size. And I was fortunate enough to cut it almost in half because of where she was hooked and staying on her and grinding. And I mean, it's a 2 hour and 45 minute grind. There's no break. You just have to stay on it. If not, every time you rest, she rests. So if you don't stay on her, then the longer she stays in the water, the more energy she gets back, the better chance of that hook coming out or that line breaking, something bad happening.
So what happened to the fish?
It wasn't real good. The fish didn't end.
Now.
No, the fish is in the freezer. Yeah, swordfish is a very good fish to eat. It's probably $20 to $22.
You might have a meal or two off of this.
I think we got a few swordfish steaks. I think we brought home almost 200 pounds of swordfish. So it's.
When's the fish fry?
Whenever the community wants to get together, that's about how much we have. So, but it was fun. I'll definitely go back. I mean, I can't stop now. We got to try to get number one.
Absolutely. Now, what is the record?
310.
310.
So, we were close.
Absolutely. I mean, I
say we because it was a group effort, man. I mean, you talk about, people cheering you on the boat, helping you, getting you a bottle of water when you need to.
Jealous that there wasn't there.
Trying to drag this thing in, five grown men having to pull it over the side. I mean, it wasn't okay, let me grab this and whip it over the side. It's
well, after it tried to jump in the boat, I'd say, I don't want no part of it. You get it yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I think she was pretty much done on that last one, but it's a crazy story, man.
Yeah.
One I won't forget. The only bad thing that happened is the GoPro died. Right in the middle of the fight, we missed that big jump. And, but hey, look, I'm not complaining.
Yeah. Fish charged the boat, and you started thinking, farewell, and I do.
Yeah.
Do you fair
I'm going to tell you, let me tell you a real quick story that I was told by Peace while we were out there. After that happened, thank goodness, this guy in Hawaii, they were on a boat and they saw a swordfish up on top of the water, kind of just sunning. When the sun comes out, they'll come up sometimes and they'll surface, and they come up and eat, and then they'll go back down. Well, it was sunning. It's about a 50-pounder. I mean, still a decent sized fish, but nothing to that size. So he sees it and like, man, I'm gonna go get it. So he jumps in the water with a spear gun. In a lot of 50-pound, it's not uncommon to spear a 50-pound fish, and let it run and then handle. That's just a big time deal. Now it's gotten more and more popular. Well, he speared it, and the key thing is you spear it to where it kills the fish, or really, really, injures the fish. Yeah, exactly. Well, he missed, and it speared it toward the tail. Well, all that did was make it mad. Well, the fish proceeds to turn, and it impales him the first time, sword all the way through. This tells you how mean these fish are and that they know what they're doing. It did that 17 times to that guy.
Yikes.
It backed up, got a running start, and impaled, shook, backed up, did it again. They counted, people from the boat counted. They did it 17 times. I mean, obviously he died.
I'm sure he was probably dead after number 3 or 4.
Yeah, exactly. But he may have been dead after number 1. But that fish just was mad.
I'm telling you, the fact that it saw the boat and went after that, and like you said, there's a consciousness there It understands what's going on.
Yeah, it does. I mean, that's the surreal part of that. I think that doesn't set in sometimes is that we don't obviously know what a fish is thinking, but but just like any living thing, it understands when its life's in danger and it's fighting for it, and it understands. Hey, I'm coming up obviously, and I see this big white object floating out here. That's obviously what I'm tied to.
I hadn't seen that before.
I hadn't seen it. I'm cutting loose, and I'm trying to get. But he hit so hard, or she hit so hard on that boat, Andy. I mean, I will never forget hearing how big of a slam that was, and that bill slashing in front of my face. That's one thing that that will be burned into my brain for a long time.
I could see that.
It'd be easy. It's a good thing people are on the boat, because it'd be easy to make that story up and make that sound real good and say, man, that's, and I came home and told a couple of people, I said, the fish tried to get me. Like, come on, man. I was like, well, you just had to have been there to see
y'all
it.
got your story straight before you came home.
Got our story straight, yeah. Wanted to make sure all of our embellishments were accurate.
The GoPro accidentally went out.
The GoPro fell over. I mean, we don't have that footage anymore.
Yeah, that's pretty spectacular. It's something to be. Number 2, hey, like I say, they still got a goal in life to be number 1.
That's right.
Up against our first break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Sports Blitz Saturday Sports Countdown, brought to you by JR Sports Bar and Grill and Sunshine Heating and Air. Right after this.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Auburn Opelika has that perfect something for you. From sophisticated chic boutiques to exceptional dining, there's a retailer or restaurant to make your next visit special. Whether it's elegant fine dining or freshly squeezed lemonade, you'll find the perfect fit for every taste and budget. The food's great and the shopping is too. So be sure to check out the wide array of gifts, decor, clothing, and more. For every occasion, Auburn Opelika has what you're looking for. Let's make your next trip memorable. Visit Auburn Opelika.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime at the all-new Opelika Ford and Opelika Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Every new and pre-owned vehicle, just $1 down. Plus credit amnesty. Bring home $350 a week, get up to $30,000 in credit.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime.
10 acres, 1,000 vehicles, just $1 down.
Folks, you've just got to see this place.
The all-new Opelika Ford and Opelika Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Call 800-NEXT-RIDE.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace, smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
Ready to put some fun in your life? Whether it's Central or East Alabama, North Alabama, West Georgia, or wherever you're from, Fun Carts of Opelika is your authorized E-Z-GO cart dealer that has no limits on a perfect E-Z-GO cart. Whether it's a fully customized cart or a stock-made cart, we'll deliver it on time and at the best price. Fun Carts gives you the service after the sale, so no matter if it's hunting, tailgating, motorhoming, fleet rental, or just a better way to get around, Fun Carts of Opelika has it and will customize it to your needs. Visit us in Opelika or call us or visit online for the best E-Z-GO carts. Put a little fun in your life with Fun Carts of Opelika.
If you're seeing the American cockroach, throw up the red flag. Ladybugs, throw up the red flag. Ants and swarming termites, throw up the red flag. And kudzu bugs, throw up the red flag. That's red flag pest control. So the caution is on. Call Red Flag Pest Control today.
I'm Scott Davis with Red Flag Pest Control, celebrating our 10th anniversary. Call me today, 256-825-0430.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Sports Blitz Saturday Sports Countdown. Andy and Brett here with you until 9 o'clock, taking your phone calls, 256-234-6221, and thanking JR Sports Bar and Grill and Sunshine Heating and Air for their sponsorship of today's show. We're going to be talking about college football and especially the SEC for the next several segments. But first, let's talk about some other things going on in the world of sports in a little segment we like to call True or False. Freddie Freeman's move to third base will be permanent. True or false?
I think it could be permanent. I mean,
he looks comfortable.
I think he does. I mean, unless the Braves decide that, well, we got a great player over here, we need to trade him. You know, he could be permanent for the Braves. He could be gone tomorrow with the front office manages that team.
Well, you know, I mean, Matt Adams. Who knows if he'll be around? You know. How long he'll be around. He's having a really good year this year. He could tank, and then it just makes sense to move Freddie back over there because he's certainly more comfortable.
I think he'll stay there the rest of the year.
Yeah, and sure. He would be one of the first ever to be able to successfully transition from first to third like that. I mean, a lot of guys have gone from third to first.
That's exactly right.
Man, that's a different animal over there. But he's looked pretty comfortable so far.
He has.
And it's nice to have those two bats in the lineup. The Braves will finish 2017 above 500. They are about, I think, 2 games below right now.
41 and 44.
Okay.
Now, so
after blowing that one in the ninth.
Yeah. I think they got a lot more blown games in their future. So I'm gonna say they end up finishing under 500.
Under 500.
They are second in their division right now, but Washington's got like a 10-game lead on them, so it doesn't really matter. Everybody else is fighting. The wild card picture right now, if it were they're way out of the wild card picture too. So
yeah, Colorado and Arizona are just playing really well.
They are, and then LA's in front of them. So I mean, you also have just like the Cubs. If they don't get their act together, they'll miss the playoffs altogether this year. Which is, you know, to go from they have reverted back to the old Cubs. I mean, they give up a ton of runs in the first inning. A lot of their big hitters are striking out at a rapid pace. Just not the year that they were expecting, following up a World Series championship. But that's baseball. That's what you do last year doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be what you do the next year. I mean, ask Minnesota. I think Minnesota's they're a game and a half behind Cleveland in their division. They were the worst team in baseball last year. They have turned it totally around, and they look like a team that's getting stronger and playing pretty well. I'll be in their neck of the woods this time next month. They won't be in town, though, but the Chicago White Sox will, so I'm going to go see the White Sox while I'm in that area.
Okay.
The Cubs are not going to be in town, but the White Sox will actually be playing the Houston Astros, who's in first in the whole league, so I'm looking forward to seeing that game.
Oddly enough.
Although the White Sox are terrible.
2 weeks ago, my brother and his family went to a White Sox game. Yesterday, my sister and her family went to a Cubs game. And I get left here in Alex City.
Yeah, life's just not fair.
All I get out of this deal was a Save Ferris T-shirt.
There you go. They didn't send you a souvenir shot glass.
They did not.
Like that.
No. Gordon Hayward makes the Celtics the Cavaliers equal. True or false?
I don't know, equal. The Celtics got demolished in that playoff series. I mean, this will definitely help. I think it brings them closer to Cleveland. I don't think it makes them equal. I think it definitely makes it more competitive.
It's a 3-2 loss instead of 3-1.
Yeah, probably
in the playoffs.
Yeah, probably 4-2.
4-2.
Yeah, 4-2. Yeah, I think it's definitely a piece. Gordon Hayward's a good basketball player, and that's a huge get for the Celtics. But I think they're just a couple players shy of really being able to take that next step as the elite team in the East.
Arkansas and Notre Dame have a home-and-home series scheduled 2020 and 2025. Notre Dame will be traveling to Fayetteville in 2025. Brian Kelly and Brett Bielema will both be around to face each other in 2020.
I don't think so.
Will one of them be there?
One possibly could be there. Both, no.
No.
I don't see either one of these programs taking a monumental jump forward. And Arkansas, as we went through the prediction of odds a few weeks ago, there's nobody showing them any love at all, period, in the discussion. No. I mean, Alabama's a 31-point favorite over them on the opening line. So there's just not a lot of faith in what Brett Bielema is able to do. And to be honest with you, I mean, who does Arkansas have? They haven't burned up the woods recruiting. You look at Brian Kelly at Notre Dame. Notre Dame had that one little run to the national championship, got mutilated by Alabama. Manti Te'o decided he was going to make up a girlfriend, and it was just a weird deal. But since then, they haven't really done anything. Notre Dame's just kind of been a, average to below average type team. So neither one of those coaches setting the woods on fire.
No, I agree with you. Jalen Hurts not attending media days is interesting. True or false?
False. I mean, I think the handwriting's on the wall for him too. I think if Tua Tagovailoa is as good as advertised in what his tools are, and the inability for Jalen Hurts to throw the ball like Alabama needs him to, and the little side comments that Nick Saban continues to make, when you say, yeah, he's our guy, but we'd really like for him to be able to do this better or whatever. You better take notice of that, and that means something. So I think I've said all along that I think Jalen Hurts could not be the starter by game 4 or 5. Now he may finish the year out and be MVP of the league and win the whole shooting match this year, win a national championship. I don't see it happening. I mean, it just seems like there's a shift to want to go with a guy that can throw the ball a little bit better. Now, Jalen Hurts may be improved. He may have improved. We thought Nick Marshall improved. He didn't really improve.
This is true.
So,
LSU should be insulted that Florida scheduled them for homecoming.
There's starting to be a little bit of a.
Is that really a thing now, though?
I mean, who cares?
Who cares? Yeah. I mean, yes, it's homecoming, but just because traditionally.
But traditionally, you don't schedule somebody that's pretty good for homecoming. I mean, you try to get it to where. But yeah, it could be. And LSU.
Would you take offense to that?
Do what?
Would you take offense to that if it was Auburn? Would that be some motivation?
I mean, if I were a player, probably. That's just something like, man, these guys. They had all these other teams in these 3 non-conference games that are terrible, and they chose us to be home. Yeah, I think it's kind of a little shot, but that it started last year with the moving of that game and with the storm and trying to get all that figured out. There was some bad blood there, so it's going to be a return favor for Florida because Florida lost that game down there. It was close, but. It was a bad situation all the way around for them. Didn't end up being good. They ended up still going to the SEC championship game. But, that's a little shot at them. I definitely think that was calculated.
Up against a break, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, we will look at the SEC East and break down the schedules and see where everybody's going to end up. Don't want to miss that. We'll be back with more right after this.
Reinhardt Lexus brings exciting offers with rates as low as 0%, rebates for college grads and military, and low monthly payments. The time to save is now at Reinhardt Lexus, where you'll feel like family.
Main Street Family Urgent Care.
Relief has a new address in Alexander City. Main Street Family Urgent Care is now open across from Walmart on Highway 280. From cuts, broken bones, strep throat, and flu, they can help you heal and feel better fast. Open 8 to 8 Monday through Friday, 8 to 6 on Saturday, and 1 to 6 on Sunday.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. Heal better, feel better fast.
TPE Power Equipment is now the trusted name for all your mower and power equipment needs. Whether it's our original Tallahassee location or Opelika location on Fredericks Road, we've got East Alabama covered with the best brands of mowers and power equipment from Husqvarna, Toro, Kawasaki, Echo, and Honda. Right now, get commercial strength Husqvarna zero-turn mowers with our fleet program that offers deep discounts, easy finance, and bonus handheld equipment in one solid package. TPE of Opelika and Tallahassee are the new standard of everything power equipment in East Alabama.
Homeowners all over Alabama have discovered that when you need your flooring clean, whether it's carpet, upholstery, or any manner of hard surfaces, there's no clean like Peaches and Clean. Serving Auburn, the Chattahoochee Valley, Montgomery, Birmingham, and the Lake Martin area. Call 866-837-6937. 866-837-6937. Or visit peachesandclean.com. Caring for your floor and a whole lot more.
There's no clean like
Heads up, we're going back to 77. Disco, bell-bottoms, and Ford F-Series starts its epic run as the best-selling trucks in America. Fast forward to 2017, F-Series is still king for 40 straight years. How? Rock-solid durability, up to the nanosecond technology, and jaw-dropping capability. No wonder the competition hasn't been number one since these. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 40 straight years.
Bucks Island is one of the oldest boat dealers in Alabama, serving boaters since 1948 with the largest boat showroom in the state. Bass boats featuring Skeeter, cruisers and sport boats featuring Monterey, pontoons featuring Crest, G3, and Voyagers, powered by Mercury and Yamaha. Bucks Island has sold over 10,000 boats and with a full service and parts and accessories department to keep your boat in top condition. Don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote. Visit Bucks Island on Highway 77 in Southside or online at bucksisland.com. Give them a call at 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island, where our number one product is customer satisfaction.
Reinhardt Lexus brings exciting offers with rates as low as 0%, rebates for college grads and military, and low monthly payments. The time to save is now at Reinhardt Lexus, where you'll feel like family.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Sports Blitz Saturday Sports Countdown. Andy and Brett here with you for about an hour and a half longer.
I stand corrected on that. It was 16-10, Florida winning that game, and it was.
But LSU should have won.
LSU should have won the game. They fumbled, and Florida got the ball, and they ended up going down there, and they scored literally as time ran out, and beat them 16-10. So it was
McElwain, he was emotional.
I remember all that now. I remember LSU really controlling that game. And Florida now, as memory recalls, how excited they were because they felt like they kind of got the shaft having to move that game when they moved it to, and ended up that was supposed to be a home game for Florida. Ended up having to go to LSU to play it. Didn't, and then they win it. So it's kind of justice. I remember all that now.
And that's how close it would have been for Tennessee to go take a beating in the SEC title.
That's exactly right.
So they missed out. All right, let's look at the SEC East. We used to do this on the old show we used to do, so I thought we'll just carry it over and do it now. So looking at, let's start with the bottom and go to the top. All right, Missouri, the bottom of the SEC East last year, they went 4-8, 2-6 in the league. Very good, number one in the SEC in offense. Who would have thought that? 500 yards a game, pretty balanced as well. 205 rushing, 295 passing. Averaged 31 points a game. That's fifth in the league. But their defense was horrendous.
Kind of looked like Auburn from 11 and 12, didn't it?
118th in the country, giving up nearly 500 yards of on defense, 480 pretty much, and giving up 31.5 points. When you give up more than you score, that's a bad sign.
You're probably not going to win very many.
Nah, they got 15 starters returning, 10 on offense, 5 on defense. So that horrendous defense is only bringing back 5 guys. That may be good or bad. I mean, that may be good, actually.
Yeah.
So they got 10 starters training, including Drew Lock, who was, really good, or at times really good throwing the football. All right, let's go down through the schedule. Missouri State, they open with. That's a win.
They'll definitely take a win there.
Second, they welcome in South Carolina.
I want to say this about South Carolina because we'll talk about them in a little bit too. It's an early season game, so I'm not ready to just give the win to South Carolina. They got to travel on the road. Missouri, again, at home early. It'll be the first SEC game at home. I mean, it's going to be a tough game. I'm going to go with South Carolina winning that because I think South Carolina has a chance to be pretty good this year. And that's hard. I can't believe I'm saying that, but after I've thought about it and I looked at their schedule, they got a chance to really do something special. I'm gonna say that Missouri loses that game, but it's close.
I will go with South Carolina as well. Purdue at home.
I mean, Purdue's terrible too.
They are bad.
And they're not. I'm gonna give Missouri an edge there. So they come back from a loss to South Carolina and they pick up a win against Purdue.
They will round out the month of September with Auburn at home. That's a loss for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an L. I mean, I think Auburn wins that game pretty easily.
So I got 2-2 going to the bye, so do you.
That's right, exactly right.
They have a bye the 30th. At Kentucky, their first road game of the year.
Not going to beat Kentucky on the road. I think Kentucky, there's a lot of media pundits out there that feel like Kentucky may have a really good year. And they had a pretty good year last year. But they feel like they could build off of that, so I'm going to give Kentucky the edge at home.
At Georgia,
loss.
Yeah. Idaho at home, that's a win. At UConn, that's a win.
That's definitely a win for them.
Florida at home.
That's a loss for Missouri.
Tennessee at home.
I'm not ready to just say that Tennessee's going to go in there and win that game. I mean, they lost a lot. Obviously, Joshua Dobbs being gone. They lost several guys on defense. Depends on that mojo of Missouri at that point in time. I'm not willing to say that Tennessee is going to go up there and just blow them off the field, but I'm probably going to give them an edge by that time in the season. I'm going to say Tennessee ends up picking up a win.
At Vandy.
Now they'll win that game. Missouri will win that one.
Then at Arkansas.
Arkansas could be.
They submarined Arkansas last year.
Yeah, Arkansas could be really bad again this year at the end of the season. It's on the road. I'm gonna stick with the home team, and I'm gonna say Arkansas wins that game.
I'm also, let's see, what you end up with?
I know you weren't counting. I can go back through and tell you exactly. I've got them winning Missouri State. I've got them beating Purdue. I've got them beating Idaho, UConn, losing to Florida, Tennessee, beating Vanderbilt, losing. I've got them winning 5 games.
5 games.
I've got them winning 5 games. I think that's about right for them. I mean, don't you?
I think
there
so.
could be an upset in there somewhere and get them to 500, but if and they're definitely going to have an upset. And I think the best shot at that is to beat a Tennessee or to beat an Arkansas. Or, they could easily go on the road and beat Kentucky. I'm not saying Kentucky's a world beater, but they got to get one of those 3 to get them to 500 for the season.
I'm going to put them at 5-7. That's what
I've got them at 5-7.
All right. We'll move over to Vandy. We'll do that real quick, and then we'll take another break. Vanderbilt last year, 6-7. Got to 6-6, got to a bowl game, ended up losing that. But still, that's an accomplishment for them. Not very good offensively, 355 yards a game. Didn't score a lot of points.
They were scary on defense.
They were they got a little better. Defensively, only gave up 24 points. So I say only, but still.
Had a big win against Georgia.
When your offense
almost
is
beat Auburn.
Terrible, yeah. 16 starters returned from this team. Middle Tennessee on the road to open the season.
That's a win.
Alabama A&M at home.
Win.
Kansas State at home.
It's going to be a loss. Kansas State will come in there a little bit better talent.
Alabama at home. That's a loss.
That's a loss.
At Florida.
Loss.
Georgia at home.
Loss.
Ole Miss on the road.
I'm going to go Ole Miss.
Then they have a bye. So You got them winning 2 games.
Yep. That's about right.
Into the bye.
I mean,
I think that, of course,
right?
that's right. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 2 and 5 going to the break.
At South Carolina.
Yeah. At South Carolina, you say?
Loss.
Western Kentucky at home.
Win.
Kentucky at home.
One to watch there late in the year. Depends on how Kentucky's playing. I'm going to say loss.
Missouri at home.
I mean, did I give Missouri that win? I think I did. No, did I have Missouri? No, I had them losing, so that's another loss for Vanderbilt.
And Tennessee at home, on the road.
Loss.
So you got them winning 2 games.
3
games.
Got them beating Western Kentucky,
yeah.
Middle Tennessee.
Which is not a guaranteed win.
I don't have them winning a single conference game this year.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it goes back to they can beat Missouri, they can beat Kentucky, they could possibly beat Ole Miss on the road, but I don't see any other possibilities of a win there. So, I think at best, their record's 6-6. I think that's the best case scenario. I think we should do that too now. I mean, we could pick, the record, but I think their best case scenario is 6-6. I think reality for them is 3-9.
That's likely.
That's where I have them.
That's likely.
3-9 with no conference win. But they'll slip up and beat somebody. They beat Georgia last year. I mean, they were 6-7. They actually won 3 conference games last year. They'll slip up.
They could beat an Ole Miss.
They can beat Ole Miss. They can beat a Kentucky. They can beat a Missouri. I'm telling you, they can win 3 games again. Best case scenario, 6-6.
We'll go ahead and take a break. We'll come back. We'll run down the rest of the SEC East right after this.
If you've been putting off that new heating and air unit in your home because of the upfront expenses, Williams Plumbing of Alexander City now has primary financing from Synchrony and can now install brand new heating and cooling systems with 0 down, longer terms, and a competitive rate. Call Williams Plumbing at 256-329-8488 and get a free quote and terms and upgrade up to $35,000 in work with approved credit. Williams Plumbing stands behind their work with on-time affordable service for all your heating and air needs, as well as plumbing for 0 down financing and great service. Williams Plumbing.
When enjoying the lake this season, make sure to drop by Harbor Point Marina for all your gas, snacks, boating supplies, and beverage needs. Harbor Point also wants you to come see our remaining 2017 Crest pontoons, priced to move at all-season pricing. Harbor Point Crest sales have been tremendous, and they're ready to unload their remaining 2017 Crest Tri-Tunes to make way for the 2018 order. Come see the best in pontoons at our 2017 season closeout prices. Act now because inventory is limited, and enjoy your new Crest pontoon this year. For all your on-water needs and sacrifice pricing on Crest pontoons, get to the point. Harbor Point at Still Waters on Lake Martin.
Saturday, July 22nd, Sun Festival, Alexander City welcomes the biggest live act to hit Strand Park to date, Moon Taxi. At Strand Park in historic downtown Alexander City, Saturday, July 22nd. Doors open at 6 p.m. Tickets are only $20 and on sale now at the Alexander City Chamber of Commerce or at alexandercitychamber.com. Presented by the City of Alexander City.
Advantage is defined as a favorable or desirable circumstance or feature, a benefit, and that's just what you'll get with the Gills Auto Sales 5-Star Advantage. Gills worry-free guarantee, a 30-month, 30,000-mile warranty on every vehicle, specialized maintenance from the area's top technicians, and free oil changes with each purchase. Flexible financing to fit any budget or credit situation. Convenience with 6 locations offering quick and easy approvals. And selection, the area's volume leader with over 400 vehicles in stock. There's only one place to get the 5-Star Advantage, and that's only at Gills.
I'm Jimmy Goree with Goree's Furniture. We would like to invite you to come shop our huge selection of furniture. But if you don't have time, we have over 2,000 items you can have shipped directly to your home. Go to GoreesFurniture.com, look for 48-hour quick ship. Shop, click, ship, it's just that easy. You can shop us here or you can shop us online, only at Goree's Furniture.
Your express way to saving.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace. Smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
Welcome back, everyone. We're running down the SEC East, looking at the schedules of each team and predicting how they will finish in the season, or at least looking at best case and worst case scenarios for each team. Moving on to South Carolina, they were again 6-7 last year, got to a bowl game, unable to win that, but Jake Bentley comes in mid-year, actually plays well.
Yeah, made that team look a whole lot different.
Offensively, they were not very good last year. Could not score, only 20 points a game. That was 116th in the country. Didn't run the ball very well, didn't throw the ball very well. But as we said, I mean, those numbers got a lot better as Bentley came on. The defense, you can see Will Muschamp having an immediate impact. He only gave up 26 points a game. That was much better than the year before. They returned 16 starters, 10 on offense, only 6 on defense. They open up in a neutral site game with NC State.
Win for South Carolina.
Think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
You're at Missouri week 2.
Win.
Kentucky at home week 3.
Win.
And then you're big on Kentucky, right?
Yeah, I am big on Kentucky, but I think that's going to be a win for South Carolina.
La Tech at home.
It's a win.
At Texas A&M.
This is where I kind of tarry between them and Tennessee. I got 2 tough road games right there before the bye. They're going to win one of them. They're going to lose one. Take your pick. I'm just going to say they win the Texas A&M game.
So you got Texas A&M, Arkansas, and Tennessee all in a row. That's a pretty tough stretch.
Yeah, I've got them
for
winning.
Carolina.
I've got them winning A&M, Arkansas, and losing to Tennessee.
Okay. Then they have a bye at home versus Vanderbilt.
Win.
At Georgia.
Loss.
That's going to be a huge game, like you say.
That'd be massive. They'd only have one loss going into that game.
Florida at home.
Loss.
Wofford.
Win.
That's a win. And Clemson to round it out.
Here's the bad part. They'll lose to Clemson. That means they'd lose 3 of their last 4 heading into a bowl game. It'd kind of leave a sour taste in South Carolina fans' mouth, but it would put them at 8 wins. And Will Muschamp would be pretty close to Coach of the Year in the SEC with 8 wins.
I'll tell you, if they were one loss to the bye going to October 21st, that'd be big news, and that certainly would give them a lot of momentum.
I'm telling you, and look, a lot of what's dictated in the end of the season, those games, is how teams are playing.
Sure.
And so if they're coming in with a 7-1 record into Georgia, then who knows how Georgia's playing. I think Georgia may be undefeated going into that game. So, yeah, I mean, huge game, massive game.
Best case, worst case. So,
I think that is their best case.
Is there anybody on this schedule they can't beat?
No, there's not. There's nobody
Clemson, that's going to be tough.
Tough, but Clemson is not a world beater again this year. You got to think at several games last year at Clemson could have easily lost. Troy had Clemson on the ropes.
Sure.
And, there's going to be games where you don't play well. So, I think South Carolina's improved this year, or will improve this year, and Clemson will take a step back just because they lose a guy like Deshaun Watson and Ben Boulware on defense. They've lost some really good players. Not to say that Clemson's recruited as good or better than anybody in the country. They have. They've got a lot of talent. But that's different than stepping in there behind a guy that's been as prolific as Deshaun Watson.
So, best case scenario for South Carolina's 8-4.
I think 8-4.
Best case?
I think that's going to be their best case.
I think maybe 9 could be best case.
They could, but I'm going to stick with 8-4. I'm going to say they hit their mark, that they actually peak and they actually achieved their peak at 8-4.
6-6 is probably the worst case.
I definitely think 6-6. If they go less than 6-6, it's a disaster season for them.
Moving on to the Kentucky Wildcats, 7-6 last year, seemed to be trending maybe in the right direction. 420 yards a game, 30 points on offense, nothing really wrong there, but gave up 434 yards a game defensively and 31.3 points. Not very good at all. 17 starters return, open up on the road at Southern Miss, a game they lost last year.
They'll win that game this year.
Okay.
Yep.
Eastern Kentucky at home.
Win.
At South Carolina.
Loss.
Versus Florida at home.
Loss.
Eastern Michigan at home.
Win.
Missouri at home.
Win.
Take a bye.
They're 4-2 going into the bye.
At Mississippi State.
Win.
Tennessee at home.
Oh, that one's going to be close.
That may be the one that tilts the season.
It really may do it. I'm going to go ahead and say that Kentucky's going to upset Tennessee there.
Ole Miss at home.
I'm going to go with a win against Ole Miss, because Ole Miss, man, I'm telling you, that the wheels could be off already before the car even pulls out of the carport. But I'm going to go ahead and say that Kentucky is going to win that game.
Vanderbilt at home on the road.
I've got Kentucky winning that game.
Georgia on the road.
Loss.
Louisville at home.
Loss.
Won that game last year.
But it's going to be a loss this year.
So, what did you end up with?
8 wins. I told you I was high on Kentucky this year.
Now, if you got them at 8 wins legitimately, then 9? Best case?
That's their best case, too.
You got them at the best case.
I've got them at their best case.
Okay. Worst case, they could lose. They could lose to Southern Miss. They could lose South Carolina, Florida, Missouri.
Worst case, 4-8.
Mississippi State.
Worst
Tennessee.
case, 4-8.
They really could. I mean, they've got a big gap.
It could flip flop. I mean, it could flip flop. They could, their worst case could be 4-8.
All right. Georgia 8-5 last year in Kirby Smart's first season. Offensively, not very good. For 191 yards is not. They should be running the ball better than that, but only could score 24 points a game. That's 102nd in the country. Defensively, they were not bad. They were 5th in the conference. Only gave up 24 points a game. 17 starters returned, 10 on defense, 7 on offense. They open up against Appalachian State. That's a win, although they did give Tennessee trouble last year.
They sure did.
In the opener. At Notre Dame.
That's a win. They're going to go to Notre Dame and win that game.
That one will tell the tale, I think.
It will.
Samford at home, that's a win. Mississippi State at home.
Win.
Mississippi State's kind of a tricky team this year.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see, yeah. Tennessee on the road.
That's a win for Georgia.
Vandy on the road.
Win.
Missouri at home.
Win.
So you got them undefeated?
I do at the bye, yes.
Okay. Florida in Jacksonville.
Well, it's Florida. They lose. Doesn't matter how bad or good Florida is.
South Carolina at home.
Win.
Auburn on the road.
Well, Auburn's going to win at home this time.
Your lips to God's ears.
There you go, man.
Kentucky on the road. Kentucky at home.
Win.
And then Georgia Tech on the road.
Win.
So you got them losing 2 games.
10-2. Definitely.
And 2 of the last.
And I'm gonna go. And I'm gonna go opposite of this now. That's their next to worst case scenario. I'm gonna say they could go 12-0. I'm gonna say Georgia could definitely go 12-0 this year. They could easily win that game on the road against Auburn, and they could easily muscle up and beat a team in Florida that has shown that it can't really score points against anybody. So I've got them going 12-0, worst case scenario, possibly 9-3. But I'm saying probably 10-2 is reality for them.
So to you, Georgia is the class of the SEC East.
I definitely think so. I definitely think they have the best talent level of all the teams in the East. I think obviously their problem has been over time is the underachieving. I mean, they should have won the East several times when South Carolina won it, but they just couldn't get over that hump.
Let's go ahead and take another break. We'll come back. We'll round out the SEC East, talk about Tennessee and Florida. More to come right after this.
Nissan, it's time to zero in on huge savings at Lynch Nissan of Auburn. 0% financing is back in a big way on many of your favorite Nissan models, but only for a limited time. Buy today and save up to $11,000 off MSRP on remaining 2016s as we make room for the 2017. Get up to $7,000 off MSRP on the new Altima SL or 0% for 72 months. Just click it and pick it now at lynchnissan.com. Lynch Nissan of Auburn, I-85 and exit 51.
At U.S. Ameribank, there's something very different at the heart of what we do and who we are. It's a spirit that also defines our neighbors, local businesses, and communities. Building on our 116-year history in Alabama, U.S. Ameribank provides something found nowhere else: craft banking. It's an unwavering commitment to handcrafted banking solutions that turns customers into enthusiastic fans. Visit usameribank.com or your local branch to discover the U.S. Ameribank difference. U.S. Ameribank, banking on values. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Jewelry by Design is Auburn's premier jeweler for over 20 years. Mark and Tammy Nelson invite you to see their unique selection of engagement rings, each crafted to be a one-of-a-kind masterpiece, custom designed with only natural premium diamonds that are never enhanced. Jewelry by Design is also your officially licensed Auburn University jeweler that handcrafts all of their Auburn jewelry as unique as your passion for the Auburn Tigers. For jewelry that's crafted to your style, visit Jewelry by Design on Dean Road in Auburn or online at jewelrybydesignauburn.com.
If you had $6,000, how would you spend it?
I'd pay bills.
How about a new car? Vacation!
At Hyundai of Auburn today, you can get the new car and do the other things.
What? How?
Pick out your dream car and drive away with as much as $6,000 to spend however you'd like.
America's Best Warranty and $6,000?
Luxury and $6,000.
Be thinking how to spend your $6,000. HyundaiofAuburn.com.
Vacation!
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life. Now is the best time to see the good guys the locals know, Alex City Marine. With last year being our best year yet, Landau Pontoons has increased Alex City Marine's allocation of Landaus for the 17 season. Our Suzuki outboard selections are at an all-time high. Alex City Marine is now also Lake Martin's exclusive Manitou pontoon dealer with a full line of the luxurious Manitou Tri-Tune with patented V-Tune technology for top performance. Get the best selection now of Landau and Manitou pontoons. Alex City Marine, Lake Martin.
Hello again and welcome back to the Sports Blitz Saturday Sports Countdown. Welcome all of you in. Thank you for joining us this beautiful Saturday morning. We're doing looking at the SEC East and taking into account everyone's schedule and kind of predicting their best case and worst case scenario this upcoming season in honor of SEC Media Days, which will get underway this upcoming week in Hoover. We're up to the Tennessee Volunteers, who were the second place SEC East team last year, 9-4. Again, Butch Jones. Luke doesn't think much of Butch.
2 or 3 years in a row, 9-4.
2 years in a row, 9-4. I think they,
very underachieving 9-4 last year for that Tennessee team.
They've made progress in Knoxville, but they just haven't made the progress that they would have liked.
Well, I got bad news for Tennessee fans this year.
Joshua Dobbs is now gone. Moves on to the NFL. But 443 yards a game last year, 36.4 points. That was second in the SEC scoring-wise. But again, defensively, just not very good. 449 yards they gave up. That was 95th in the country. 28 points, almost 29 points a game. That was 9th in the conference. They do bring back 14 starters, 7 on offense, 7 on defense. They open up with the Ramblin' Wreck in a neutral. You could say it's a neutral site game, but it's in Atlanta. So, I mean, it's not that neutral.
I'm going to go with the SEC and win that one over Georgia Tech.
That one's on a Sunday, too, by the way.
Yep.
So,
it's a win for Georgia. That's a win for Tennessee.
Actually, it's on a Monday. I apologize.
Labor Day, man.
That's right. Indiana State, that's a win. At Florida. That's the one. I mean, they finally got over the hump last year, beat Florida.
Yep.
Not
that's
going
a
to happen.
loss. Not
gonna happen.
this time.
UMass. That's a win. Georgia at home.
Loss.
Georgia at home's a loss.
It is a loss.
That's interesting. Because I think that's the one that
just picked
they have to win.
It's a loss.
They take a bye. They get South Carolina at home.
Win.
Alabama on the road.
Loss.
Oh, come on. Kentucky on the road.
What's that, like 20 years in a row now? Kentucky on the road's a win.
Southern Miss at home.
Win.
At Mizzou.
Win.
LSU at home.
Loss.
Vandy at home.
Win. 8-4.
8-4, which is typical of what they've been.
I mean, it just has the handwriting all over the wall. I'm going to go 8-4 is best case, 7-5 worst case for Tennessee.
Not a lot of play there.
Not a lot of play. That's about where they are. That's where I see them. I may be way off. They may go undefeated, but I'm just telling you, I don't see it happening.
I think maybe 9 wins is a limit for them. I would give them maybe 9. And 7-5 may be their worst, I guess.
They're definitely capable of – here's how I look at it. They're definitely capable of winning a game they're not supposed to, but they're definitely capable of losing one they're supposed to win.
If they lose to Tech to the opener,
that really sets things on a downward spiral.
That is not going to be good.
No.
All right, the Florida Gators, who won the SEC East and have won the SEC East for the last 2 years.
Talking about backing into something.
Are we looking at maybe a third matchup with Alabama and Florida in the SEC title game? Who could stomach that?
No kidding.
The last 2 have not been very good. 2016, they were 9-4. 9-4 won the East for you.
Auburn went to the Sugar Bowl last year.
This
so
is
does
true.
that tell you anything about it?
116th in the country offensively, the Florida Gators last year. 344 yards a game. Only 128 rushing. That was dead last in the SEC. 24 points a game, 107th in the country. Defensively, though, they were number 2 in the conference, only giving up 293 yards, 16.8 points. So they basically won it defensively. 14 starters returned, 9 on offense, only 5 from that excellent defense return. Most of those guys were Will Muschamp recruits.
That's right.
So, McElwain is on his own now, really.
That's right.
All right, here we go. They open up with a neutral site game, Michigan.
Loss.
Northern Colorado, that's a win. Tennessee, you said they will beat Tennessee.
They will beat Tennessee.
At Kentucky, that's a big one early.
They'll win that one. They'll beat Kentucky.
Okay. Vandy at home, that's a win, I'm sure. LSU at home, that's a big one.
Don't ever assume.
Homecoming.
Don't ever assume.
It's homecoming.
That's right. That's a loss. So
LSU comes in and wins.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
Payback.
Revenge from last year.
That's right.
Texas A&M at home.
Win.
Mm-hmm. You don't think much of A&M, do you?
I do not.
Take a bye on the 21st. Then we get the Jacksonville game. You said they will win that one.
That's right.
At Mizzou.
Win.
Mm-hmm. At South Carolina, that could be tricky.
Could be tricky. Again, it's one of those late season games. Depends on how both teams are playing, what kind of results they've done. I'm going to give them a win over South Carolina, though. But watch that game.
UAB, I think we both. Florida State at home.
L.
Okay.
Still not enough power to beat Florida.
So what'd
State.
you end up with?
9-3.
9-3. Best case?
10-2.
Worst case?
8-4.
8-4.
Probably 8-4. It's probably not a lot of play. 1 or 2 games here or there either way.
Kentucky on the road, South Carolina on the road. Both of those could be interesting.
That's right.
Texas A&M at home is not a gimme, but you think so?
It is.
All right. Well, that is the SEC East. So basically, you have the order of
Georgia, Florida, and then
a gaggle.
And then Tennessee, Kentucky, and South Carolina are at 8-4, and then poor old Vanderbilt and Missouri just No chance.
No chance.
No chance.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take another break. When we come back, we'll look at the SEC West and talk about these teams, see what their prognostications might be for the upcoming season. More to come right after this.
If you haven't been to Big B Barbecue in Alex City, then you're missing the best barbecue around. Big B has everything from the best pulled or chopped pork, chicken, and beef to cheeseburgers and grilled chicken salads. Bring your friends and family out for a great dinner and sit outside on our beautiful patio, or sit inside and enjoy your meal by the fireplace. So come in and join us and enjoy the best barbecue in the area only at Big B Barbecue, located on Highway 22 West in Alex City.
At US AmeriBank, there's something very different at the heart of what we do and who we are. It's a spirit that also defines our neighbors, local businesses, and communities. Building on our 116-year history in Alabama, US AmeriBank provides something found nowhere else: craft banking. It's an unwavering commitment to handcrafted banking solutions that turns customers into enthusiastic fans. Visit usameribank.com or your local branch to discover the US AmeriBank difference. US AmeriBank, banking on values. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Lex Wedgeworth has been the most trusted pest control company for a generation, and now we're proud to announce our new name, EnviroCare. You can expect the same high standards for all your pest control needs, and EnviroCare's exclusive Century-Con termite colony elimination system that provides the industry standard to protect your home or business. The EnviroCare Century-Con termite protection protects your home year-round. Call the professionals of EnviroCare throughout Central East Alabama. Call for a free estimate. Nobody cares like EnviroCare, the next generation of full pest control for your home or business.
A1 Four Seasons, a division of Jackson Refrigeration, is Central Alabama's Alabama Power Superior Solutions dealer. With the summer months approaching, the temperatures are rising, and so will your power bill if you don't have one of the latest 410A heat pumps. With R22 Freon prices on the rise, now is the time to make the switch to a new, more efficient unit that will save you hundreds of dollars on your yearly power bill. Call A1 Four Seasons at 256-234-4457.
In a world that's ever-changing, you have to be sure that your choices are the right choices. At Central Alabama Community College, you'll know you made the best choice. Whether choosing a technical degree program, taking courses to transfer to a four-year college or university, or being a part of our national championship winning traditions, get a sharper focus on your life by choosing one of our 3 convenient locations: Alex City, Childersburg, and Talladega. Central Alabama Community College. Central to you, central to your success.
Ask what makes it the best 3 Series ever, and we'll tell you it has more advanced suspension and steering, or even more control of the road. And it's near perfectly balanced to put performance first. But ask her for where the competition mimics us just to keep up? No comment. The BMW 3 Series.
Visit BMW of Columbus on Whittlesey Boulevard or shop bmwofcolumbus.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to hour number 2 of the Sports Blitz Saturday Sports Countdown. Andy Graham and Brett Pritchard here with you until 9 o'clock. Taking your phone calls. If you see a flaw in our logic, by all means, give us a call and ridicule Brett at your leisure. We are looking at the SEC and the teams, the records, and the from last year, the schedules for this upcoming season. How will everybody do? With SEC Media Days on the horizon this upcoming week, we thought it's a good time to go ahead and look, and we'll continue to do this obviously for the next month and a half. We'll be talking about college football and high school football as it approaches. But moving on to the SEC West, we have looked at the East. We've got a good sense of what how that will turn out. How will the West turn out? Last year, Ole Miss was dead last in the West. They have had consternation and confusion and all kinds of trouble in Oxford. They were 5-7.
Make it sound so nice.
Yeah, well, if things are getting worse, it appears not better. Shea Patterson, it's his team after starting the last 4 games of the season last year, coming in for an injured Chad Kelly. How will he do? How will he progress? They were 5-7 last year, 464 yards a game. Obviously, Chad Kelly threw 314 yards passing a game. They don't run the ball well, have not run the ball well ever since Hugh Freeze has been there. Scored 32 points a game, gave up 34 points a game. There again, not a good recipe. They bring back 11 starters, only 6 defensively, 5 offensively. Open up with South Alabama at home.
Better watch South Alabama. Ask Mississippi State about it.
Yeah, really.
They'll go over and play the other Mississippi team. I'm going to give Ole Miss a win there to start the season.
UT Martin, that's a win. At Cal.
It's a loss.
Think so.
I think so. I'm telling you, this Ole Miss team.
You got to win that game if you're Ole Miss.
I know.
You got to win that game.
I don't know that they win it, though. I'm telling you, I'm going L there.
Yeah. Then they have an early bye, 4th week of the season. At Alabama. They've been a nemesis for Nick Saban.
Not this year.
Not this year. At Auburn. That benefits Auburn. That they have to face Alabama on the road.
L's in both of those.
Okay. Vandy at home.
They pick up a win there.
LSU at home.
Loss.
Arkansas at home.
Win.
That's when they have to win.
Yep.
At Kentucky.
Loss.
Louisiana Lafayette at home.
Win.
Texas A&M at home.
Loss.
At Mississippi State.
Loss.
Oof.
5-7.
5-7.
Best case 7-5.
Mm-hmm. That probably seems about right, actually. Worst case, could it get worse? You think? Or 5-7.
I think 5-7 about where they are.
Okay.
So.
All right, Mississippi State, 6-7 last year, 440 yards a game, 230 rushing. Nick Fitzgerald had a breakout season.
Ole Miss and Mississippi State both have great quarterbacks coming back this year.
They do. Talented anyway.
They'll be very talented. Yep, that's right. Usually that spells success. That kind of goes opposite of what we're saying on the record sheet here.
And Manny Diaz again, there for a year and gone. They bring in.
Does Manny Diaz stay anywhere?
Apparently not. And if I was Danny Mullen, I wouldn't hire him again.
No.
But from Louisville, who was the guy? He was at Georgia and then he went to Louisville. Now he's at Mississippi State.
Grantham.
Todd Grantham moves over as defensive coordinator. They need some improvement. Gave up 31, nearly 32 points a game. That was awful.
A lot of points given up by SEC teams last year.
A lot of points.
That you talked about. Just really the last half of every division, massive points given up.
Yeah. 13 starters return. Open up with Charleston Southern. That's a win. At La Tech. Any trouble there?
Shouldn't be. If it is, they're shut
really
it down.
Some trouble.
Yeah, shut it down.
LSU at home. This is always a barometer.
It's a loss.
At Georgia.
It's a loss.
At Auburn.
Loss.
Take a bye.
They need it.
You're 2-3.
They need it.
And you've lost 3 straight. You need it.
They're not going to be favored in any of those games, LSU, Georgia, and Auburn. 2 of them on the road against 2 teams that could challenge for the division. That's 3 L's, man. There's just no other way to look at it.
Here's the one they probably have to win, BYU at home.
I've got them winning.
Okay. Kentucky at home.
Loss.
Can they get a 2-game?
No.
At A&M.
Loss.
Oof. UMass at home is a win. Alabama's a loss at home.
Hold on a minute.
At Arkansas.
Loss.
Oh, come on. Oof.
At Arkansas.
That's bad for them.
Well, look at their record.
I know.
Come on, man. You're sitting there going, oh, man, well, I just can't see them going to Fayetteville and losing that one.
I'm just saying these are the games that they have to win.
Well, they're not.
And they're not. And you're saying they're not. And then Ole Miss at home. They do
win the Egg Bowl.
So you got them at 5-7.
I do.
But that, to be honest, they could get to definitely could.
I'm
get
going to say 6
or 7. Worst case, though, it could be worse than that.
It could be.
They could lose to Kentucky. They could definitely. Oh boy.
Yeah, because I got Kentucky at 8-4, and
they could lose to Ole Miss.
I've got Kentucky at 8-4, and
in the Egg Bowl.
I mean, yeah, I mean, just who knows, man.
All right, so you got the Magnolia State not really faring real well.
Terrible.
No winning record between them.
Both of them 5-7 according to my calculations.
Arkansas was 7-6 last year. This is what's so odd. Arkansas, the team that knows who they are, the team that wants to run the ball.
That's right. Yep. They've
164 yards rushing, 264 yards passing last year on the average. Scored 30 points, gave up 31 points. Paul Rhodes moves into the defensive coordinator position. So they're going from a 4-3 to a 3-4. Ooh. What does that mean anymore? 3-4. They bring back 13 starters. Okay. Florida A&M in a neutral site? What?
What is that?
That is odd.
What is that?
But anyway, that's
what are we coming to?
That's a win.
Yeah.
All right, they've played TCU the last couple of years. They get them at home.
I am drum roll, please. Loss.
There you go. Then they have a very early bye, week 3.
Just get them out of the way.
Just get it out of the way.
It doesn't matter where their bye is.
This is a pretty good gauntlet they have to go on here from the rest of the season.
And you're about to see why.
Texas A&M, which is, again, a neutral site game.
Loss.
They haven't beaten them yet.
Loss
again. New Mexico State.
Win.
At South Carolina.
Loss.
At Alabama.
Loss.
Auburn at home.
Loss.
Ole Miss on the road.
Loss.
Coastal Carolina.
I'm just kidding. Win.
At LSU.
Loss.
Mississippi State at home.
Win.
Mizzou at home.
Win.
So at least they end on a positive
5-7. I don't know how positive it'll be in Fayetteville at that point.
If they go 5-7, Bielema's gone, right?
I think so. And that could be the case.
That's pretty.
And do you see anything different than that?
Did you say they beat or lose to TCU?
I've got them losing to TCU.
So they could win that game.
They could. They could win Texas A&M too.
They've been very, very close to beating Texas A&M.
I'm going to say 7-5 is their best case.
South Carolina on the road will be tough. Alabama's a loss. Auburn better be a loss.
Yeah.
Ole Miss on the road, 7-5 is probably the peak.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's take another break. We'll come back and we'll look at the top 4 in the SEC West, beginning with Texas A&M. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Purchasing a new home is easier than you think, and America's Home Place can show you the way. For over 41 years, we've built thousands of homes for people just like you. We guide you through the entire process, from purchasing a lot, finding financial options, to putting the finishing touches on your beautiful new house. Come to our showroom and see over 100 customizable floor plans. Visit us online at americashomeplace.com/TV for a free floor plan book. America's Home Place. We make building easy.
Now is the best time to see the good guys the locals know, Alex City Marine. With last year being our best year yet, Landau Pontoons has increased Alex City Marine's allocation of Landaus for the 17 season. Our Suzuki outboard selections are at an all-time high. Alex City Marine is now also Lake Martin's exclusive Manitou pontoon dealer with a full line of the luxurious Manitou Tri-Tune with patented V-Tune technology for top performance. Get the best selection now of Landau and Manitou pontoons. Alex City Marine, Lake Martin.
Whether it's a dream house or corporate real estate, Concrete has the skill, expertise, and talent to exceed your expectations. Trust Concrete to build a foundation for your future. Our work ethic and dedication are always in keeping the competition on their toes. We specialize in residential and commercial development in the Coosa, Talladega, and Shelby County areas. Call us today for your next project, 256-245-4211, or check us out on the web at con-crete.com.
If you currently have an FHA mortgage, this commercial is for you. Most people that currently have an FHA mortgage are working with Home Place Mortgage to refinance their current loan. Several items have changed to make now the perfect time to refinance. FHA has reduced the amount of monthly mortgage insurance. Current interest rates for FHA loans are at all-time lows. FHA has eliminated the need for new appraisal. Most people will be able to refinance with little or no closing costs. This is the opportunity that you have been waiting for. Call now to start saving.
This is the sale you've been waiting for.
Don't miss the Drive and Discover event at Bice Motors in Alex City.
Great looking trucks and great looking discounts.
New 2017 Ram 1500 Express Quad Cab 4x2 with Hemi, $259 down, $259 a month for 36 months.
Buy it at Bice.
New 2017 Jeep Cherokee, equipped, not stripped, as low as $18,987.
BiceChryslerDodge.com.
And I know when I need it, I can count on you. Like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh.
You can count on the caring team at Brown Nursing and Rehabilitation. Our services include physical, speech, and occupational therapy. Brown Nursing and Rehabilitation, 256-329-9061.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Sports Blitz Saturday Sports Countdown. Having a great time here.
That's right.
On the set at Lake Martin, or Lake Broadcasting.
Yep.
We appreciate all of you.
Playing this month.
Absolutely. Need a little. We're looking at the SEC West, predicting the best case, worst case scenario for each team. We've already done the East. We are up to, and we'll just as a review, Ole Miss, Brett had going 5-7.
That's it.
Mississippi State, Brett had going 5-7. Arkansas, Brett had going 5-7.
Pretty pathetic.
When you look at the schedule, it's about right, to be honest with you. So could be some surprises. There always are, but just
that's why
looking
we do
at
a
it
best case and worst case.
That's right.
Best case for Ole Miss 7-5. Best for Mississippi State 6-6. Best for Arkansas 7-5. Still three very, very mediocre teams.
Very. Texas A&M, who was, speaking of mediocre, 8-5 last year, 4-4 in the conference. Number 2 offensively, 467 yards a game. Again, very balanced, 211 rushing, 255 passing. But you have to replace your quarterback. That's kind of a question mark there. In College Station, 34, almost 35 points a game. That was third in the league. But they give up a lot of yards, 440. That's 90th in the country. Almost 25 points, 24.5. That's 7th in the league. They bring back 12 starters, but again, they will have to replace their quarterback. Open on the road at UCLA. They defeated UCLA last year in College Station, although they had to hang on for dear life.
They did.
They have to travel out to LA this year.
You know, as much as I wanted to go a loss in this game for A&M, I'm going to say they end up starting off the season with a win.
Always seem to come out of the gate good.
They do come out of the gate good, and UCLA just, I mean, talking about a team that finds a way to lose a lot of times, it's them. I'm going to go Texas A&M with a win, and by the time we get to the end of this schedule, they're going to need that win big time.
Is that right?
Yep.
At home versus Nichols.
Let me think. I'm going to go ahead.
Do you know where Nichols? I'll give you $1 if you know where Nichols is.
It's in Louisiana, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think it is. Nichols State.
I owe you $1. Versus Louisiana Lafayette. You know.
Louisiana Lafayette's a win.
Arkansas,
it's a win.
Neutral.
It's a win.
So they are
4-0. You get off to a good start.
South Carolina at home.
You know, that game could easily be a win for A&M, but I've got South Carolina winning that game, so that's their first loss.
That will be that's one of those swing games.
It is.
Alabama at home, open with quite a few home games.
Loss.
Of course. On the road versus Florida.
Loss.
Then you have a bye.
Yep.
So what are we looking at?
They got 4-3.
Okay. Mississippi State at home.
Win.
Auburn at home.
Loss. Auburn hadn't lost there yet.
It hadn't yet. New Mexico at home.
Win.
Ole Miss on the road.
Win.
LSU on the road.
Loss.
Hadn't beaten them yet.
Loss. 7-5.
7-5 again.
Yep.
Going to a bowl game.
Yep. 8-4, best case.
Best case for them, 8-4.
8-4. Yep. Absolutely.
So not a big believer in Kevin Sumlin.
Well, I mean, has he
new
given
quarterback.
anybody reason to be a believer yet?
Don't
They
think there's
can't.
another-
When they get past, here's the bad thing for Texas A&M. Actually sets up a little better for them this year. Usually, at the bye, they're undefeated, but they've got South Carolina, Alabama, Florida in a row, and I think they lose all 3 of them. And I think they get their little skid going early, and then they end up winning 3 out of 5 coming down the stretch between Mississippi State, Auburn, New Mexico, Ole Miss, and LSU. Normally, were they 6-0 last year? They were and ended up 8-5. Does that tell you? And that's the pattern for Kevin Sumlin every single year, it seems like. Really strong, get to the bye, fall apart at the second half of the year. He does not show me any reason to think that this year is going to be any different. And to me, this is not as good a team as he's had in College Station. He's had better teams.
You wonder, John Chavis been there a couple of years now. Will that defense be
John
better?
Chavis is just
Christian Kirk. He's a very talented wide receiver, but yeah, they always just seem to
be mediocre.
Yeah, they just, like you say, they lose big games. Well, let's go to the LSU. LSU 8-4 last year. Y'all took over mid-season. Early.
He's here in the studio with us.
Yeah. Defensively, LSU's never had a problem. Offensively, it's been a big problem. They do bring back Etling at quarterback. I'm assuming he will start. We'll find out. But
that's a Purdue
Matt
transfer,
Canada,
by the way.
Matt Canada comes over from Pittsburgh, a very high-powered offense. Is that the missing ingredient to LSU?
It has been the missing ingredient for LSU. If they can get an offense, they can be really, really scary.
They'd be trouble for everybody else, that's for sure. They only return 11 starters. That's one of the fewest in the SEC, 6 on offense, 5 on defense. They open up neutral site versus BYU.
It's a win. Well, does BYU want some?
Obviously, they're trying to make a reputation.
Just trying to drift on down here, but you got to beat somebody if you're going to get a reputation, or are you going to get the reputation you get?
That's true.
And that's not very good.
That's true. Well,
They lost to Mississippi State last year.
Yeah, that's true.
Come on.
Chattanooga, that's a win. At Mississippi State.
Win.
Syracuse, a return trip.
Win.
Troy.
Win.
Troy gave Clemson all kind of trouble.
They did. But they'll win that one.
Yeah. At Florida.
Win.
You said that was a win. Auburn.
Win.
Auburn has not won there since 1999. Won't be again this year. Huh?
Doesn't look like it.
At Ole Miss.
Win.
Take the bye. So they are
undefeated.
And
And Florida and Auburn both could go either way. And they're back-to-back games there. So if they lose to Florida, Auburn riding a high coming into Baton Rouge, they could easily win. You're looking at what, 8-0 right there. They could be 6-2 going in the bye. So that's why we have a worst and best case scenario.
As usual, following the bye week, it's Alabama at Alabama.
Alabama just loves getting everybody's bye, don't they?
Oh yeah.
Loss.
Arkansas at home.
Win.
At Tennessee.
Win.
A&M at home.
Win.
One loss.
I got them 11-1, but I definitely have them 9-3 too, because they can lose to Auburn and Florida. That's a bad little stretch there for them. It's 2 very tough games, one on the road, one at home. There are hangovers in football, and if they lose to Florida at Gainesville, which could easily happen, they could bring that back, and Auburn could be playing extremely good. As you'll see here in a little bit, you're going to find out that Auburn will be playing really good going into that game. So it's going to take a really good effort for LSU to keep that streak going against Auburn and Baton Rouge.
Yes, it will.
But 11-1, 9-3 for Ed Orgeron's not bad.
Oh, if Ed goes 11-1 this year, he could run for mayor of Baton Rouge.
There's no doubt.
And win.
No doubt. Yeah, exactly.
So But
not sure he wants to be mayor back.
Probably not. I don't know if he would be a good politician. Maybe Trump-esque. I don't know.
Good book.
We'll go ahead and take another break. When we come back, we'll look at the top 2 teams, and oddly enough, they come from the state of Alabama.
That's right.
We'll talk about those when we come back right after this.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization, wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat, full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma, all with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
Lakeside Marina and Watercraft Rentals have spring fever and are happy to announce that Bennington is back. Lakeside Marina at Blue Creek is now Lake Martin's Bennington pontoon dealer with all models of Bennington pontoons that deliver speed, power, and stability with their elliptical sport packages and best-in-class styling and luxury. See the full line now for best selection as well as the all-new personal watercraft from Kawasaki. Lakeside Marina at Blue Creek, #1 for a reason. Lakeside Marina is also your authorized Easy Go kart dealer for Lake Martin.
Got your eye on a new Nissan? It's time to zero in on huge savings at Lynch Nissan of Auburn. 0% financing is back in a big way on many of your favorite Nissan models, but only for a limited time. Buy today and save up to $11,000 off MSRP on remaining 2016s as we make room for the 2017s. Get up to $5,000 off MSRP on the new Rogue SL or 0% for 72 months. Just click it and pick it now at lynchnissan.com. Lynch Nissan of Auburn, I-85 at exit 51.
Hi?
We're looking for insurance.
Let's see who's free.
When insurance agents work for only one company, their options are simply limited. But a trusted choice independent agent is free to shop many companies for a better deal. Free to do what's right for you.
Did your team just win the big game? Are you looking for a unique way to honor a valuable employee? Lila's Engraving has you covered, offering a large selection of custom trophies and plaques. Lila's also offers cast aluminum car tags, custom engraved wine glasses, clocks, and wood cutting boards. They even offer custom framing for any art or picture as well. Lila's combines the best quality items with the fastest service around. With over 27 years of experience in the Alexander City and Lake Martin areas, Lila's Engraving is your only choice for custom awards and engraved gifts. Always remember, winners choose Lila's.
Whether it's a walk-off home run, a game-winning touchdown, or a buzzer beater, make sure Jay's Sports Grill is in your lineup. Located in downtown Sylacauga and a short drive from Highway 280, Jay's has the food you're looking for. Whether it's wings, fingers, burgers, or salads, they have it all. Come bring your family for a great meal, come hang out with your friends for the big game, or call them at 256-207-0700 to place your order. Make sure Jay's Sports Grill is in your lineup.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Sports Blitz Saturday Sports Countdown. About 30 more minutes left in today's program. Andy and Brett here with you for 30 more minutes. We're looking at the SEC West. We are up all the way to the top 2 teams in the division from last year anyway. Will they finish as the top 2 teams this year? We'll find out. Auburn, of course, 8-5, 5-3 in the league. They've actually... You know, that's an improvement.
That's not a Sugar Bowl type team, though.
No, of course not. But they
just fell into it.
You know, they beat LSU head to head, and it took every second.
Due to lack of interest from other teams.
That's right. But Auburn, 169 yards passing last year. They 271 yards rushing, 169 yards passing. You bring in a guy like Jarrett Stidham. Can he compensate? Can you balance that out a little bit? Can you add, 60, 70 more yards passing a game, get up to about 510 yards of offense a game? Boy, that would be something to be dealt with. 31 points a game scoring. Defense made a vast improvement, only gave up 17 points a game. That was seventh in the country last year. 361, 362 yards a game. That was 5th in the SEC. Auburn returns 15 starters, 8 on offense, 7 on defense. Will they have a new quarterback? More than likely. A lot of pieces of the puzzle are there in place. Can they put it together? They open the season at home versus Georgia Southern. A tough
team. Now, don't rest on Georgia Southern, but Auburn's got to win that one. They'll win it.
Clearly. This is the one that tells the tale for me. On the road in Death Valley to face the Clemson Tigers.
And I know it'll be tough. I mean, Clemson's the defending national champs, but just because you're the defending national champs doesn't mean you automatically get a berth right back to it next year. Lost Deshaun Watson, lost Ben Boulware, lost a ton of other good players.
Mike Williams.
I think
Auburn did a lot of damage against Auburn last year.
Exactly. Auburn should have won that game at home last year against a much more talented team. I think Auburn is much improved this year coming in, and Clemson will take a couple steps back, although it'll be very small steps because they've got a lot of talent. But I think Auburn goes over there and gets the win.
I have been on record as saying that Auburn wins this game.
Yep.
The way I look at it, a really good team goes over and wins that game at Clemson.
If you're not, a team that's supposed to be competing for a championship.
And if you're not, and if you don't win that game by any reason, whatever it may be, the referees cheat you, whatever. If you don't win that game, you're not very good. That's just you're an 8-5 team.
Well, I think it sets the bar for where the season will go.
Mercer, who just started football back in 2013.
Why?
For money. We need to help them out there.
But Lord have mercy.
It's going to be a massacre. At Mizzou, Auburn's first trip out to Missouri.
Win.
Mississippi State at home.
Win.
Old Mississippi at home.
Old Mississippi is feeling pretty old. Win.
At LSU.
So I got an L there because of past history, but that doesn't mean that Auburn can't win that game.
Certainly.
So Auburn could lose to Clemson, beat LSU, lose to LSU, beat Clemson, could lose both of them. If you lose both of them, that's not pretty.
At Arkansas.
Win.
So think about this now. You got to add this into the factor in. At Missouri, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, at LSU, at Arkansas, all in a row.
That's right.
Certainly, that's a gauntlet that could be tough. Maybe an injury here or there, somebody gets banged up. If Auburn comes out of that stretch with one loss, you got to feel really good about it.
Oh well, there's no doubt.
Even if it's not against certainly if you go on the road to LSU, it's all gravy. But that's a tough stretch.
It's definitely a tough stretch.
They need that bye on the 28th of October. All right, so you have Auburn one loss heading into the bye.
Yep.
At Texas A&M, a place they've played
very well. Win.
Georgia at home. Nemesis.
The last 3 years against Georgia.
2-9 in the last 11 years.
That's right, but the last 3 years it's been the battle of horrific for both sides. Which team wants to lose, and Auburn just decides to raise its hand and quit. If Auburn's to be, and again, this is predicated on where you want your program to be and expectations with a Jarrett Stidham at quarterback and a Georgia team that's a good Georgia team but not an unbeatable Georgia team coming into your home. If you only have one loss, you got to figure out a way to win the game. In 2013, 2010, Auburn did. So I think it's going to be a win for Auburn.
Monroe is a win. Alabama at home.
Loss. 10-2.
10-2 for the Auburn Tigers.
8-4, worst case.
Best case is 10-2. You think?
11-1? Can they get 11-1 would be best case. I think 11-1 would be your. That would be possibly beating Alabama at the end of the season, or getting over that hump against LSU on the road. It's very tough, both of those, but it could happen.
2013 like season. Go to LSU. Lose.
Went out.
Motivation. Went out. That
kind of has the same blueprint, doesn't it?
Could be interesting. So you have
8-4. What does that do for Malzahn? Stays in it another year.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I think so.
Ugh.
I think so. What? So now we look at LSU at 11-1, Auburn 10-2.
That's right.
So okay, we move over to Alabama. 14-1 last year, 8-0, 455 yards a game, very balanced, 245 rushing, 210 passing, 38 points a game. That was number one in the SEC, almost 39. Number one in the SEC, number two in the country in defense. Number one across the board, 13 points is all that defense gave up. Only 5 starters returned. That hasn't seemed to hurt them the last several years.
Hurt them at all.
Only 11 starters returned overall. They open up with a big one, probably the biggest one of the Saban era, at least the most daunting task, I guess, in that opening neutral site game. They take on Florida State.
I've got them winning that game, but, again, an asterisk beside that game because, Florida State very talented. And let me preface something for Alabama. Alabama can lose 2 games this year and still go to the SEC championship game and then still make the national championship game. So they could be a 10-2 team going on to play for bigger and better things because of the way the schedule sets up. And I'll leave it at that. We'll continue on. I'll come back and talk about that a little bit more.
Fresno State at home.
Yep.
Colorado State at home. Vandy on the road.
Continue the
Ole Miss at home.
Continue the
Yeah. A&M on the road.
I mean,
Any at all?
No.
Arkansas at home.
No.
Arkansas's played them tough
I
at
don't
times.
care.
Tennessee at home.
No.
They take a bye, a much-needed bye after that.
Might be the biggest competition they've had when they get to the bye.
Playing themselves. LSU at home.
They'll win.
State on the road. Mercer.
What did Mercer just jumped off
Mercer
into?
really wanted some money. At Auburn.
Win. 12-0.
12-0.
Worst case.
That's got to be the best case scenario.
12. Yeah, it's nowhere else to go. 10-2 with a possible loss to Florida State and or LSU or Auburn, and still they lose that. Look, the Florida State game has really no bearing on the season. I mean, they want to win it, obviously. You don't want to be undefeated, but really has no bearing on Alabama's path to win.
It's not like you're going to have 3 other undefeated
That's what I'm
teams.
saying. Well, it has no bearing on the path in the SEC. And if they win the SEC, they're still going to go to the playoff, and they're still going to have a chance to win a national championship. So they could lose to Florida State and lose to one or the other, LSU or Auburn, and still go to the SEC championship game because they only have 1 loss in the SEC. And so, I mean, if you lose Alabama fans to Florida State, not the end of the world. I know you want to go undefeated every year. Everybody does. But Florida State will be very talented. Alabama tends to start a little slow sometimes in these games, although they've been able to pull out the win. They haven't looked as sharp as they have as they move on through the season. So a very, very tough opponent right out of the gate. Florida State has their quarterback returning. So, Francois, and they seem to be playing pretty good football last year toward the end of the season. So, with that being said, reality, worst case for Alabama's 2 losses. They could go 11-1, lose 1 game, and definitely I've got them.
Usually do win. They usually do lose 1 game.
So,
who will it be to?
That's right.
So you got basically Alabama, LSU, Auburn. Basically the same order it's in, just flip-flop LSU and Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
Texas A&M, Arkansas, Mississippi State, and Ole Miss. I mean, you could flip-flop Ole Miss and Mississippi State, but
that's right.
Pretty much the same finish as last year.
Mm-hmm.
With Alabama and Georgia facing off for a rematch of 2012.
That's correct.
I guess.
That's right.
Could be interesting.
That's my look at it.
Yeah.
Right there.
We'll get. I will put mine down on paper. Brett will as well. We'll get Luke and Randy and Scott and Adam, and we'll let Michael get in on the fun.
Sure.
And we'll put this up. We'll have this.
We'll monitor it as we move along.
We'll have this in print So we will monitor it throughout the season and see who has the best idea of how the season is going to go. Up against another break. When we come back, we'll continue these discussions. We'll talk about anything you'd like to talk about. More to come right after this.
Purchasing a new home is easier than you think, and America's Home Place can show you the way. For over 41 years, we've built thousands of homes for people just like you. We guide you through the entire process from purchasing a lot, finding financial options, to putting the finishing touches on your beautiful new house. Come tour our showroom and see over 100 customizable floor plans. Visit us online at americashomeplace.com/TV for a free floor plan book. America's Home Place. We make building easy.
Hello, I'm Harvey B. Campbell Jr., the manager and founding partner of Alabama Consumer Law, LLC. We are a law firm dedicated to helping you, the consumer, from all kind of debt issues. We can handle Chapter 13s, Chapter 7s, and Chapter 12s, and Chapter 11s if you need help.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers. We are a debt relief agency. We are a private company. We are not associated with any state or federal government agency.
Your comfort is our #1 concern. Advanced Heat and Air.
Advanced Heating and Air makes your comfort their priority for any season. Advanced Heating and Air is the region's train dealer and an Alabama Power Superior Solutions dealer that can save you money and energy with a new electric heat pump. Advanced Heating and Air maintains the region's best service team, so rely on us to make your comfort our #1 concern. Call 234-5052, and we're there for you.
Hi, this is Quinn Harrelson with Interlink Mortgage in Auburn, Alabama. There are 1,000 different questions people ask me every day about mortgage loans. They ask about buying investment homes, primary homes, and even second homes at the lake or the beach. I only have a limited time to say, call me and let's talk about what you want and how I can help you get it. Again, win with Quinn and call me today at 256-675-6259 so I can help structure a mortgage that best fits you and your family's needs.
Yamaha is beating the field in just about every category of motorsport products, offering unbelievable performance, handling features, technology, and at prices that are blowing everyone's mind, especially the competition. Visit Twin City Yamaha on Stage Road in Auburn.
Hi, this is Scott Tway with Twin Cities Yamaha in Auburn. Isn't it about time to put some fun back in your life? Call us and see what we mean. 334-821-0439 or on the web at www.twincitiesyamaha.com.
Gotta get to Gills Auto Sales. We can finance, you got to get to Gills. Selection and price, got to get to Gills. Gotta get to Gills. Cars that fit your budget. Service that no one around can beat. Stop by today and test drive the vehicle of your dreams. Gotta get to Gills Auto Sales. We can finance you. Gotta get to Gills. Selection and price. Gotta get to Gills. Gotta get to Gills.
Welcome back, everyone, to the last couple of segments of the Sports Blitz Saturday.
Bunch of phooey out here.
Getting a little echo in the back there, but that was okay. Just a couple of more.
You don't like hearing yourself?
Not really, no. Of course, I used to. I mean, it had to get used to it. It was odd. We did it for so long. I never did a broadcast when I didn't have earphones on. And then now, I mean, when I started doing this,
like something's missing.
It's odd. Yeah, I mean, it takes some getting used to. All right, so just kind of rounding out the show, there's a segment that we've started doing that I don't know, it's easy. It brings out some creative juices, I guess, but we rank them because we like to rank everything.
That's right.
Top to bottom. So we've started doing this, and this is about as random as anything I can I mean, it's just totally whatever comes to mind. So I'll give Brett 5 things, and I'll tell him to rank them, best to worst, in any kind of whatever you want to put on it. It doesn't mean it's yours to do whatever you want to want with. Number 1, rank them. Star Trek, Star Wars, Starman, the movie, Stardust, the album, Willie Nelson album.
Oh, yeah.
Starburst, the candy.
All right, this is a pretty easy one for me. Number 1, Star Wars. Number 2, Stardust, great album by Willie Nelson. 3 will be Starburst. 4 will be Star Trek, and 5 will be the
movie
whatever the heck Starman is.
Jeff Bridges.
I just don't remember that.
I think John Carpenter maybe had something. Maybe he directed or he had something.
Starman.
It was actually pretty,
pretty good.
Famous '80s flick.
You ain't seen it either.
I didn't see it, but I'm gonna go Star Wars, Star Trek, Stardust, Starburst, Starman.
There you go. Starman.
I like Star Trek.
Starman has to be last for both of us.
It does.
We don't know what the heck it is.
That's the only thing I could come up with to fill out the star. All right, black comedians: Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock, Bernie Mac, George Wallace. Rank them.
I'm gonna go. I'm personally Eddie Murphy first. Eddie Murphy 1, Richard Pryor 2. I'm gonna go Chris Rock 3, Bernie Mac 4, and George Wallace 5.
I am going to go Eddie Murphy, just for the delirious album.
I know, and it's funny. It's funny.
It makes me laugh just to think about it, but I shouldn't. But Eddie Murphy, Bernie Mac, Richard Pryor, George. No, I'm gonna go. Richard Pryor, George Wallace, Chris Rock.
Okay.
Bernie Mac, to me, he is hilarious.
He is hilarious.
I started watching his TV show.
Oh, man.
I mean, he's a funny guy. Oh, he was a funny guy. God rest his soul.
That's right.
Rank them: Butterfinger, Butterscotch, Buttermilk, Butter Pecan Syrup, and Butter.
If there's a category I just could pass on, it'd be this one. I hate buttermilk. I don't like butterscotch. I'm not a huge fan of Butterfinger. If it's the only candy bar left on earth, I might eat it.
Wow, you would put that many above it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would. Butter pecan syrup's pretty good, though.
It is.
And butter, you can't go wrong with butter, right?
It's got to be number 1.
All right, butter's number 1, butter pecan's 2, and then the other 3, I don't care. I'm going to go butter, butter pecan, Butterfinger, butterscotch, buttermilk.
I would go butter, Butterfinger, butter pecan, butterscotch, buttermilk.
There you go.
Yeah, buttermilk. I don't get that.
What is wrong with
that? People love it.
Stinks.
They will put cornbread
and stuff, mix it up.
Like, you're insane. What do you do?
It's just like people that really love. It's just like people that really love Bloody Marys. I'm not a Bloody Mary fan, but they go crazy and stick bacon and pickled okra and olives and all this stuff's coming out of it, and I'm like, what in the world? How does that make you feel better in the morning?
I can't imagine it would.
So
should we take a break here?
Let's take a break, finish up.
Okay. Go ahead and take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll finish up this list. One more segment right after this.
Start the new year in a new Honda at Sarah Honda of Sylacauga. Like a new Civic for just $172 a month during our first big sale of the year at Sarah Honda of Sylacauga on Highway 280.
Skag, the toughest name in lawnmowers. Unmatched quality and performance for over 3 decades. The clear choice, the best mower money can buy for work or at home. Top lawn care professionals and discerning homeowners know that Skag means productivity and reliability. Every Skag mower is proudly built right here in the USA. Don't settle for anything less than simply the best. Skag.
Satterfield Outdoor Living on Highway 280 in Alex City.
Hey, it's Steve from the Car Stereo Shop in Auburn, and after 10 years of serving the good people of East Alabama and West Georgia, we're still doing business the same way, offering the best products at the best prices with the area's best warranties and installing them with the area's best technicians. With great customer service, a knowledgeable sales staff, and our commitment to customer satisfaction, along with the best selection of the latest technology in the industry, there's no reason to shop anywhere else. Shop with confidence. Shop at the Car Stereo Shop in Auburn.
When you're born, You're really young. You're like 0 years old. My grandma tells me to quit growing up so fast. But what can I do about it? My mom keeps throwing me birthday parties.
Russell Medical, comprehensive care in your corner of the world.
Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is the Lake Martin area's complete automotive solution. At Walls, you'll find a dedicated staff offering top quality service from routine maintenance to a full engine overhaul and everything in between. Brian Walls and the folks at Walls Tire are local folks that you know, and they provide the best service always at a fair price. Find out what the rest of the Lake Martin area already knows. Walls Tire is the Lake Martin area's complete automotive solution. Just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Get out and go in a new Altima, just $18,988. During the Nissan Now sales event, a new 2017 Altima is just $18,988 at Sarah Nissan of Sylacauga.
Welcome back to the final segment of the Sports Blitz Saturday Sports Countdown. We are in the middle of Rank 'em, the segment. We looked at, quite a few. Star Trek, Richard, black comedians, Butterfingers, anything starting with butter. We'll move on. We'll finish this out. These are just random topics. Scooby-Doo, the Flintstones, the Jetsons, Johnny Quest, Hong Kong Phooey. These are 70s cartoons. If you're too early, you don't even, if you didn't watch these as a kid, you're probably...
Scooby-Doo has made its way through time, but it really was the best.
Oh,
so Scooby-Doo by far is number one there. I'm going to go Flintstones number 2, Jetsons number 3. You had mine in order, Johnny Quest 4 and Hong Kong Phooey 5.
I'm going to go Scooby-Doo, Hong Kong Phooey, Johnny Quest, the Flintstones, the Jetsons. I wasn't really a big fan of the Flintstones or the Jetsons.
I like the Jetsons.
Really?
Yeah, I like.
I was not a big fan.
And then the Flintstones were pretty cool too. I'm all right with them. Nothing compares to Scooby-Doo.
Hong Kong Phooey jumped in the filing cabinet and he came out and it was Scatman-Doo. You remember Scatman?
I remember Scatman-Doo.
He was the voice. It was great. And the cat solved everything.
That's right.
The cat was the hero, really.
Hong Kong Phooey.
Captain America, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Hulk, Thor.
No brainer for me. Hulk number 1, Spider-Man 2, Captain America 3, Iron Man 4, and Thor 5.
I will go Hulk number 1 as well. I will go Captain America, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Thor.
Okay.
Finally, Kathy Ireland, Cindy Crawford, Stephanie Seymour, Tyra Banks, Kelly Kapowski, Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
That's right. Hey,
90s,
in the 90s,
90s babe.
These 5 women were like on the cover of every magazine, in every ad, all over the place. You couldn't turn on the TV without seeing one of them. Tyra Banks ends up with her own show. Cindy Crawford ends up with her own furniture line, clothing line, facial products. Kathy Ireland, whatever happened with Kathy Ireland?
She got furniture. She too.
Kathy Ireland got furniture too. Stephanie Seymour married Axl Rose, and nobody ever heard from her again, did they? And then obviously Kelly Kapowski, part of the biggest show in the 90s, Saved by the Bell.
Absolutely.
My kids like watching Saved by the Bell, by the way. I've got all the episodes on DVD, so they like it. Everybody that knows me knows who number 1 in my heart is, Cindy Crawford, obviously. Kathy Ireland 2, Tyra Banks 3, Stephanie Seymour. I'm going to go Tiffany Amber Thiessen 4 and Stephanie Seymour 5. I just, because of the Saved by the Bell and watching it, and, that's just who you grow up with.
I'm going to go.
I don't really like Stephanie Seymour for the judgment of Axl. I mean, come on now. Married Axl Rose. What happened?
She's
probably
that means her standards are not real high.
She's probably been drugged.
Maybe so. I'm going to go Kathy Ireland, Stephanie Seymour, Cindy Crawford, Tyra Banks.
Crawford 3rd?
Yeah.
Wow.
But Stephanie Seymour is pretty unbelievable. Tyra Banks 4 and Tiffany Amber Thiessen 5.
Okay, we differ there.
I know. I'm not saying. I mean, she's phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. Crawford's phenomenal, but just I don't know.
And these women have stood the test of time.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
I mean,
She's doing
because
these
of all
makeup
this,
things now.
I guess because of all the marketing, the facial products, and all it's helped them out a lot.
I guess so. I want something she's got, because good grief.
No kidding.
She looks great now.
Fountain of youth.
That's going to wrap up the Sports Blitz Saturday Sports Countdown. It's been fun. Thank you so much for joining us. For Brett Pritchard, I'm Andy Graham saying so long for now. We'll talk again soon.
What value would you gain working with Lee Marketing Group? With 4 divisions under one umbrella, Sign Source, Lee Apparel, R&B Media, and LMG Baker Advertising Agency, Lee Marketing Group offers a comprehensive approach. From logo design and branding to ad placement and everything in between, LMG can handle it all. For ease of time, cutting-edge, results-driven marketing campaigns, think LMG. Lee Marketing Group, your comprehensive marketing solution.
When you need plumbing service, call on the professionals at A&M Plumbing LLC. For over 20 years, our mission has been to provide the best possible service available in the industry, and we specialize in solving difficult problems. We offer a wide range of services, such as installation, service, repair and replacement of common fixtures, water heaters, toilets, faucets, drains, sewer lines, and septic tank pumping and cleaning services. Unlike many companies, our septic tank services include field line testing. Our knowledgeable staff will be happy to answer any of your questions. So call A&M Plumbing LLC today.
If you had $6,000, how would you spend it?
I'd pay bills.
How about a new car?
Vacation!
At Hyundai of Auburn today, you can get the new car and do the other things.
What? How?
Pick out your dream car and drive away with as much as $6,000 to spend however you'd like.
America's best warranty and $6,000?
Luxury and $6,000.
Be thinking how to spend your $6,000. HyundaiofAuburn.com.
Vacation!
A1 Four Seasons, a division of Jackson Refrigeration, is Central Alabama's Alabama Power Superior Solutions dealer. With the summer months approaching, the temperatures are rising, and so will your power bill if you don't have one of the latest 410A heat pumps. With R22 Freon prices on the rise, now is the time to make the switch to a new, more efficient unit that will save you hundreds of dollars on your yearly power bill. Call A1 Four Seasons at 256-234-4457.
Your comfort is our #1 concern. Advanced Heat and Air.
Advanced Heating and Air makes your comfort their priority for any season. Advanced Heating and Air is the region's Trane dealer and an Alabama Power Superior Solutions dealer that can save you money and energy with a new electric heat pump. Advanced Heating and Air maintains the region's best service team, so rely on us to make your comfort our #1 concern. Call 234-5052, and we're there for you.
Lake Area Realty is Lake Martin's Century 21 real estate company that proudly serves all the Lake Martin area. Rhonda Gaskin and her staff of caring professional realtors offers full sales for buyers and sellers in the area and can even help you with finding rentals or managing your current property. Whether it's your dream lake home, waterfront property, area family home in town, or just a starter home, Lake Area Realty can handle it all and advise you on all your needs. Buying and selling real estate is important to the professionals at Century 21. Lake Area Realty are your friends in real estate. Call or visit lakearearealty.net.